Please welcome to the stage CEO, Fira Barcelona International, Ricard Zapatero.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. And first of all, people of New York, let me give you very warm greetings from the city of Barcelona. We, Fira Barcelona, we are a company organizing events which belongs to the city of Barcelona. The mayor of Barcelona is the chairman of our board. And one of our main events is Smart City Expo World Congress that we celebrate, that we host every November in Barcelona since 2011. It is the biggest event about smart cities, about people working for cities that's being celebrated on the planet. We have more than 25,000 attendees, delegations from 800 cities around the world who are meeting to try to improve our life in the cities for all of us. Because of this great success that we have had in Barcelona, we have the honor, we are so proud to partner with cities around the world to host international editions. This is our second time in New York. Thank you very much, New York, for having us, for partnering with Barcelona. And together with New York, these years we have phenomenal events all around the world. We have been already in Brazil, in Curitiba, for the 6th time. That was 1 week ago. We are now here in the United States, in America. We will be in Mexico for the 10th time, in Puebla. We will be in Colombia. We will be in Argentina, in Santiago del Estero. We will be in Santiago de Chile. And we will be in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, in Qatar, Doha, in China, Shanghai. And for first time this year, we will be in Kuala Lumpur, in Malaysia. So Barcelona, New York, Shanghai, Doha, Kuala Lumpur, those are, I would say, Premier League cities that work together. This is an association of cities who show the most sensitiveness to help people live better. What are we doing here in this event? We will be talking, we will be displaying, we will be looking for solutions. What we are doing is being all together under the same roof, people who work for the cities, who have plans, who have projects, people who have solutions and answers to that projects, companies that are presenting their answers, their solutions to those plans that the cities have, and entrepreneurs and people who are visionaries of thinking far, thinking beyond how can we help everybody live better in our cities. We're going to have 10 billion people in planet Earth on 2050. 70–80% of those people are going to live in cities. It's our duty to work with technologies to make our people living in those cities to have better life for all of them. And this is all about, this is what we are doing. For the next couple of days, we'll have discussions, we'll have presentations, we'll have fantastic speakers. We're going to have showcasing here about 40 companies and startups showing their products, and we'll have more than 100 speakers. All of us, we are meeting during these 2 days to have a legacy, thinking beyond how we can improve the life of our citizens. And that's what Smart City Expo and Congress is about. So thank you very much, New York. Thank you very much for the next 2 days to come. I wish that we will have fantastic discussions, fantastic interactions, and we will be so glad to have new friends coming to Barcelona in November, and we will be friends with New York for life. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Oh, you're in New York now. Good morning, everyone. All right. See, there we go. There's everybody. Welcome to the city of New York. Welcome to Smart City Expo USA. So 2 years ago, we met with the team at Fira Barcelona, and one of the things that we looked at is how do we improve the quality of life, not just in New York City, but across the entire US. And we looked at what they were doing overseas with the Global Smart Cities Conference, and we said we need to bring some of that emphasis back into the city. And what better place to do it than in New York City? So on behalf of Mayor Adams, I'd like to thank all of you for participating in this conference today. And I'd like to thank you for choosing New York City, Fira, to be your partner in the US to bring this to the country. Now, within New York City, when we look at a smart city, first thing that we look at is connectivity and making sure that the folks that live in the city have access to internet and access to tools and technology. So within the first couple of years of this administration, we provided, through Big Apple Connect, one of the largest municipal connectivity programs, providing over 300,000 people with free access to broadband. Now, access to broadband isn't enough. It's like, what are we going to do about our streetscapes? What are we going to do about the quality of technology that's out that makes our city easier to navigate, more safer, and increases the quality of life for everyone here? We look forward to collaborations and conversations like this because it opens our minds to the types of technology that's going on across the world. Whether you look at what's on streetscapes in terms of smart pole tops and what they have in terms of light fixtures and urban umbrellas out in streetscapes, being able to bring technologies like that into New York would be key in making New York City a smarter city and a greater city. About a year ago, we launched our Smart Cities Testbed, a program that was focused on bringing industry together with the city and using technologies in smart ways, proving them out in the city streets before we made investments. So when we look at this conference, it's more than just bringing together the global community to talk about smart cities. It's something that's very near and dear to us, looking at how we can bring those technologies to the people that we serve. So on behalf of the mayor, on behalf of everyone in the city's administration, I'd like to thank you all for being here today. Thank you for Fira Barcelona for partnering with the city, and I look forward to a great conference over the next 2 days. Thank you.
Good morning. Hello, it is great to see you, and it's great to be able to welcome you here as we kick off Smart City Expo USA. My name is John Paul Farmer. Before I was president of Smart City Expo USA, I had the good fortune of working most of my career at the intersection of technology and modern life. So part of that's been in the public sector. I worked in the White House and in New York City Hall. In the White House, I got to team up with an amazing, amazing person, really a legend in this space named Todd Park when he was the US Chief Technology Officer. And Todd and I started something called the Presidential Innovation Fellows Program. We laid out a blueprint for 18F, designed the networked system that became the US Digital Service, and that had a lot of impact, and it was really fulfilling to do that work. A handful of years later, Mayor de Blasio asked me to return to public service, this time in New York City Hall, and become New York City's third Chief Technology Officer. My aim in that role was to make New York City future ready, and we did that. We did that through more ubiquitous and more affordable broadband, through intuitive digital services that met people where they were, often on their smartphones. We co-designed with communities the way technology would be deployed so we could build trust in that technology, and we pioneered strategies for emerging tech like artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things because we understood that these would be foundational to New York City's future. Other parts of my career unfolded at a leading tech company, Microsoft, where I deployed machine translation for public services, developed upskilling programs that 5x'd the salaries of underemployed adults, and helped support the civic tech community across key cities. I've also worked at ambitious upstarts, bringing next-generation tech to places like Los Angeles and Washington, D.C., where these efforts delivered not just digital equity, but ensured that every community is ready for an AI future. And right now, as I look across this room, I see people who worked with me in all of those different ways, all those spaces, all those sectors. And what you taught me is that together, we, all of us, from every sector of society, can make incredible change. And it's nice to be among friends and change makers. But what we're doing isn't all new, is it? Throughout human history, technology has changed the way we live. Go far enough back, fire, the wheel. More recently, the printing press, internal combustion engine, electricity, the internet, mobile phones. Each of these were technological revolutions that changed humanity. This time, however, it actually is different. And here's why. Never before has change arrived so quickly or touched so many lives all at once. We're at the dawn of the cognitive age. And two things make this moment different: speed and density. Speed, because innovation is moving faster than ever before. What used to take decades now takes years or even just months. AI is evolving weekly, satellites are launched daily, but it's not just speed, it's density too. The density of breakthroughs, the density of ideas, the density of challenges and changes. We're no longer watching a single invention upend the world once in a generation. Instead, we're seeing dozens, even hundreds of game changers emerging simultaneously across every industry, from clean energy to transportation, from healthcare to housing. And it's happening all at once. And that's what we are all here to learn about. That's what we're here to talk about and think about. And the connections that you make here at Smart City Expo USA, I hope, will empower you to work collaboratively through new partnerships between complementary businesses, through engagements from businesses and governments together, or new networks among governments to share best practices in a world that is changing so fast it can be hard to keep up. Over the next 2 days, you're going to hear a lot about AI, and it wouldn't be a conference in 2025 if you didn't hear a lot about AI. You're going to hear from Wiz about how cybersecurity is being reimagined for an AI-first world. You'll hear from OpenAI and the state of Maryland and the city of Boston about how governments are using generative AI not just to automate specific tasks, but to reimagine entire services. And something that might seem a little bit less expected than AI is that you'll hear a lot about sports and culture. You might ask yourself, why? Isn't this a Smart Cities conference? Or you might say, John, is this just because you played baseball 1,000,000 years ago? And you still love sports? Well, that's all true, but that's not the reason, I promise. You see, in all honesty, we believe that for a city to be smart, it has to do more than simply use technology. It has to focus on solving human needs and meeting community wants. That means a smart city must be accessible, for example. It must be livable, and smart cities provide connection, not just connectivity. People have always connected through sports and culture. Major events are unique opportunities to create progress. Now, shortly, you're going to hear from Etienne Taubois, the CEO of Paris 2024, about how landmark cultural events, like the Olympic and Paralympic Games, can catalyze not just a successful moment, but a lasting transformation. You'll hear from Joseph Bradley, who's building the world's first cognitive city in Neom, about what we can learn from his experience bringing the digital and physical worlds together in the sands of the Middle East. At the end of the day tomorrow, as we look back at two of what I believe will be incredible days together, you'll hear from Stephen Ross, who provides the perfect coda to this program. He made his name and his fortune building in American cities and building American cities, including places like Hudson Yards, just across 11th Avenue from where we sit right now. He acquired the Miami Dolphins because, like me, he's got a long-time love of sports, and he understands how important that is to a community. And now he's working in partnership with local governments in West Palm Beach, Florida, for a renaissance in that community. Our mission here at Smart City Expo USA isn't to chase every shiny object. It's to cut through the noise, to identify what matters, what scales, what serves people, and to build it together. Because when speed and density collide, we get a rare opportunity to remake the world, not just for efficiency, but also for dignity, for justice, for a tomorrow that is better than the days that came before. So let's dream big and let's be bold. Let's ask not just what can we build, but what should we build? Because we know the answer to the question, what kind of world do we want to live in? That's how we'll make our cities future ready. Because this revolution isn't coming. Look to your left and to your right, and you'll see it's already here. Thank you for being with us. We've got a great show lined up. Away we go.